I want to bring in one supporter right now because Continental Resources Chairman and CEO and Trump supporter Harold Hamm will join the conversation right now. Harold, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, I'm glad to be with you, Maria.
Yes, and Eric Trump is sitting right here, and we want to hear from a business person like yourself who is so, informed in terms of the issues that are important to business and job creation, and tell us why you're supporting Donald Trump.
Well, he's an entrepreneur like the rest of us, and he's made it the hard way. He's done it himself. I think also there's just a basic belief that he's tapped into here in America, that America can be strong again, we can be great again, and American people, they're reacting to that. And I believe that, we all should stand up for him. He's doing the right stuff. He's worked very hard. It's been a grueling race, but, he's persevering. So, yes, I'm here for him.
It's true, Eric, business people get it with your father because they know what he's done in terms of employees, in terms of creating jobs.
Sure.
And that's what Harold Hamm's talking about.
Sure, and when Harold, and he's such an amazing guy, and my father has so much respect for you, Harold, I have to say it, but when he came out, I really looked at that, and it epitomizes everything that my father said. Let's get the best, smartest people, and Harold's that person, right? Let's get the best, smartest people out there, and let's have those people make the deals for this country, and let's get those people involved in the movement, and let's not just have political hacks, as my father likes to say, running this country. And it really, when he came out, and Harold, we have to thank you as a family. You've been such an amazing friend, but when he came out, it really epitomized that message that my father's been saying since day one of his campaign.
What do you think, Harold, when it comes to groups that we're still looking at in terms of haven't gone perhaps all in? Eric obviously makes the right point, and that is Trump got more than a majority of women in New York, got the majority of Hispanics in Nevada, but on a national level, some people are questioning if he's actually going to be able to beat Hillary Clinton on those groups. What do you think?
Well, I think he will. Obviously, that's what's going on today. A lot of people are so discouraged with what they've seen with this administration, and basically Hillary Clinton would bring more of the same. And so, they're ready for a change. They're ready for somebody that has the courage and willpower to make the changes necessary to do what's right for this country. Yeah. And so that's what he's tapped into.
Well, people feel like the country needs a business person at this point. We're looking at live pictures right now of people voting. And, Eric, they are voting because of the economy. Yeah. They are voting because they want to know, where is my economic opportunity right now?
There's a chart that I saw a couple days ago. It showed manufacturing jobs in the U.S. since 2000. The chart was like this. It was a downward angle at a 45 degree. It was so sad. We're losing our jobs. We're losing our economy. It's going overseas. It's getting worse and worse and worse. Then they're talking about more taxes and more and more regulation and more this and more that.
You're right.
And no drilling for oil and no doing this. And, we are, we're only importing. We're not exporting. We're only buying things from overseas. It is so sad. It's a self-perpetuating problem, and we have to fix that problem.
And your father mentions a lot that they're manipulating their currency.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're blind. Exactly. Harold Hamm, Pennsylvania, obviously a big manufacturing state, and they've got oil. So how would you characterize the environment today, Harold, in terms of the economy, in terms of manufacturing? We got data out this morning. Durable goods is weaker than expected. We're looking at confidence that's under pressure. What are you seeing out there?
Well, I think Eric put his finger right on a hot button, and that's regulations. We've been regulated to death in this industry. We call it death by 1,000 cuts, and that's key to it. You can't regulate all of business out of business here in the U.S. Makes us more dependent on the Middle East and everywhere else. We've got a great thing going with energy today in America. Pennsylvania is a big part of that, and they realize it. The Marcellus is a great play. Got clean, abundant natural gas. That 200-year supply, and it's been brought on by entrepreneurs. And yeah, we need to stop over-regulating industry today in America.
Oil prices are at $44 a barrel, and obviously that's a lot better than what we saw earlier in the year. Do you think this level is sustainable, given what you're seeing out there in terms of demand?
Well, we have increased demand because of low prices. This year, we've got about 1.3 million barrels of new oil demand in the world.
Yeah.
And also, we've seen the supply go down. This price is unsustainable. We know that. So the price is rebounding, and we've got supply and demand coming in balance the second half of this year. So that'll get better. But we have to be prepared for it here in America, and our industry is prepared for it.
Harold,
we've toughed it out.
You were Mitt Romney's energy advisor in 2012. Eric, this is a big endorsement from the guy who was an advisor to Romney, who basically came out and tried to undo your father.
Yeah, but that was him playing some kind of political move. It is what it is. I don't think that says anything. I mean, you know, Harold, we've known him for forever, and, you know, my father just thinks the world of you, and you know that, Harold. And, you know, again, it speaks to the message of having the best people making our deals for this country, and I think Harold would be amazing. I mean, there's no one that knows the energy sector better than he does, and this endorsement truly means a lot to the family.
Harold, do you want a position in Trump's administration?
Well, I'll help all I can, but no, you know, it's totally unsolicited. I thought that, you know, if I can, you know, help out here by being supportive, that's what I want to do, and that's why I endorsed.
Because you advised Mitt Romney. You advised Mitt Romney, but you also previously donated to Marco Rubio's campaign. So what happened? When was it? What was the sort of straw that broke the camel's back that sent you onto the Trump train?
Well, I wasn't a big supporter of anybody in this campaign at all. I did go to the Dallas event. I was involved, you know, with Tom Hicks there in Dallas. So I went down to that, and so they picked it up that I was a big supporter of Rubio. But we've been agnostic up till now in this race, and so we want to come out this time though and support Donald Trump.
And final question, Eric, when you see things like Cruz and Kasich getting together saying, look, we're going to have a strategy to take down Donald Trump, how do you push back?
Listen, I'm not a political guy, but when you see a failed candidate, meaning one that's, you know, 1 in 42, you know, versus, you know, another failed candidate plus another failed candidate, it doesn't equal, you know, a winning candidate. I mean, if you take all their delegates, you put them together, they don't equal what we have. You know, it's sad. I mean, it's actually really counterproductive. Right now, everybody should be turning their attention to Hillary. We're going to win the nod. We're going to get to the 1237. There's no question about it. We're going to win another 5 states today. Cruz is going to probably come in last in the majority of them, if not all of them. I wish everybody would get together. I wish the Republican leadership would say, listen, we've got to pick a pony. We should pick the front runner. He's millions and millions of votes ahead. He's going to be even more so after tonight and after California. Let's get behind him. Let's start that mission against beating Hillary. We had amazing polls out yesterday that shows us neck and neck with her, and that's before we even start on her. So I really wish we could get going, and you know, I would really call on the Republican leadership, you know, to finally make the call, you know, to finally put pressure on people who can't win this to get out of the race.
Yeah, well, we had Steve Scalise on earlier, Majority Whip, and he seemed like he was moving in that direction. He said it's clear, this is the path, we'll see what happens. You are expecting a contested convention or no? No,
listen, I think we get to the 1237. I really think we get to the 1237. There's almost no question about it. And when I see the passion of the people, it actually reinforces that.
Eric Trump, Harold Hamm, good to see you both, gentlemen.